I'm going to show you how to use a pot and just plant up a couple vegetables. Right now, you can do this easily in just a few minutes, less than 30 minutes. You can put this all together. It's easy and it's fun. It'll get you started on your garden before the springtime. So you'll start having some radishes pop up right away, and it'll be a lot of fun, especially if you want to get your kids involved. So I'm going to start with a clean, this is a pot that had probably chrysanthemums or something like that in it. It's clean. You can use bleach or some kind of disinfectant. I use this, and just rinse it out. Make sure it's disinfected. It does not have to be spotless. It's for plants when you're going to put soil in it. I always like to put at the bottom something to keep the soil from going straight through the holes in the bottom. So make sure your pot has holes. And styrofoam works. The little packaging material, little ghost poop, you put that in there. Or you can use terracotta pots that have broken. Mine break. That's mostly what I'm going to use in this one. I'm using the bottom of one that broke, putting it here, and that'll help protect a lot of the soil from going through. This actually does a couple things. It keeps the soil from going straight to the bottom, and it also keeps you from having to buy so much soil to put in your pots. So it's a great way to save a little bit of money, probably a little bit of time too, if you're fast, not like me. Okay, then the next step is I'm using Daddy Pete's raised bed mix. You can use, any kind of potting soil that's meant for vegetables. Make sure it's organic, because there's a lot of synthetic fertilizers that really, especially with the plants that we're getting ready to plant, they grow so quickly that you really don't want the synthetic material in your soil. So I put this in here. You can also use another kind of planting mix. As long as it doesn't have peat moss in it, it should be fine. Peat moss and anything that says moisture control, which that wouldn't be organic, but anything that says moisture control is really, it's really going to keep your plants too wet. So unless you just put a little bit at the top to get your seeds started. But for this use, we're not going to do that. This raised bed mix, and the seeds in, and we'll be done. I have to set something on that bag or it'll blow away. The first thing I'm going to plant is radishes. So I got some radish seeds. I got a ruler, and I'm going to plant. If I had more raised bed mix, I would actually put it further to the top. I'm going to lower the camera so that you can see what I'm doing, but you'll still be able to hear me, so I'm sure that's the most important part. Here we go. Let me hang it. Drop it down a little bit. Okay, hopefully you can see that okay. This is probably, it could be a little bit, you could have a little bit more soil, but I wouldn't put it all the way up to the top, because at some point you may want to put some pine bark fines just to kind of help protect it for moisture. Not protect it from moisture, but keep the moisture in. So we're going to put some radish seeds in. And I just dump a couple out, put something on the bag so it doesn't blow away. And I'm going to start at about the middle. And I'm going to put a little indentation here, so that's at 12 inches. And I'm going to put another one at 16 inches. And then I'll put another one here at 20. I made these indentions a little bit too deep, so lightly. You really don't want to put more than about the seeds, the size of the seeds depth, or that to that and a half. So it's not very much, just barely covering it back up. And back in here. You could actually plant your radishes just a little bit further apart in containers. I put them pretty close together, but out in the garden, I would put them about 6 inches apart. Okay, this is carrots. Sorry, I didn't show you. This is carrots, and same thing on the carrots, but I'm going to put these carrots in between the radish seeds. On this pot, I have another pot that's a little bit larger, and I was able to do rows with radishes, carrots. But I'm just going to drop down just a little bit, and I had started that first radish at 12. Yeah, I had started that first radish at 12. So I'm going to drop this down, and I'll put this carrot at 13 inches. Same thing, I just put a couple in there. They're a lot smaller, so probably, oops, we're going to have carrots on the driveway now. So there's a couple right there. It's not a very big container. Next is some lettuce, and I'm just going to put lettuce up here at the very bottom, I guess, of the pot. I don't know if you call this the top or the bottom or the edge, or I don't know, whatever you want to call it. That's where I'm going to put it, it's right here. I'll just get a few seeds out. Put that on there so it doesn't blow away. And then I'm just going to drop a few in like that, and then just barely cover them up because they're really tiny seeds also. And put what I used back in here. If I can open it. Okay, then finally I am going to finish up with onions. Just take that out. And here's my little onions. These are just little bunching green onions, so they don't have to be very far apart. It says right here 1 inch apart. They don't have to be far apart at all. And on these, I'm going to put them up here at the top. And I'll probably just put a couple here because I know that it's a little bit further up than where the radishes and carrots are. Put it right there. Cover them up. Water it in. I'll move the seed packets before I water. To keep them from getting wet. It's pretty smart, isn't it? I have this set on mist. You might be able to do it on shower and still have all the seeds stay where they are. Oh yes. There you go. In a few weeks you'll start seeing, actually probably less than a few weeks, probably in about a week, we'll start seeing some radishes start pop up, and then we'll continue to see more and more growth in here, and I'll keep you updated.